If you are not changing macros and micros for the luteal phase, literally, what are you doing though? Seriously, if you are not changing the foods you get or your clients get that you recommend in the luteal phase, you could be experiencing suboptimal results from your fitness in the luteal phase. And you also could be stuck in a reactive approach to PMS management and see symptoms like pre-period anxiety, sleep disturbances, fatigue, water retention, and so much more. And all of those impact sports performance. I'm Omega. I'm an exercise scientist and menstrual cycle educator, and I am here to make the fitness industry more hormone friendly and inclusive by supporting personal trainers to gain the confidence, skills, and evidence-based solutions to optimize and balance their own hormones and their clients' hormones through my method in the Cycle Coach Academy. The method that I teach is different because it was specifically designed for personal trainers who suspect that they themselves might have hormone imbalances, and they suspect that most of their client base does as well. So I'm here to teach you how to optimize and balance your clients' hormones and your own, all within your scope of practice. That's what I'm doing in this video, in all of my YouTube videos, on Instagram, on TikTok, and in my Cycle Coach Academy program. So by the end of this value-packed video, you are going to understand, 1, how the luteal phase shifts us physiologically, 2, how that impacts nutrient need, and then 3, I'll teach you the luteal phase nutrition must-dos for anyone with a period. And the cherry on top is that I'm going to show you how to customize luteal phase nutrition. Before we dive in, I'll introduce you to one of my own Cycle Coach Academy students, Daniela. This is what she told me in her interview.
It was because I, read and listened to podcasts and researched about this myself. But I think for me, having that certification behind it and just having the confidence to actually deliver, the message and the information confidently as well was a huge thing. Because, if you think about it, if you like speaking to someone and they're delivering this information and they're kind of like wishy-washy about it, then it's not really going to land. They're not going to really take it seriously. But knowing what I know now and with your course, it's literally given me the confidence that's like completely changed my business tenfold. So yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing as well. If you can deliver a message confidently to your clients who are in need, then it's going to land and you can support them, even more down the line because you have more research to back that up. It's not just a statement like, here's scientific papers to back this up. Let me show you.
So let's get into it. First, how the luteal phase shifts us physiologically and how that impacts nutrient need. Firstly, if you've been studying the menstrual cycle, you already know that our resting metabolic rate, RMR, is not consistent throughout the entire menstrual cycle. This 2007 study in the British Journal of Nutrition showed that RMR varies widely among individuals. This could be influenced by factors like lean mass, activity levels, and even sleep. Increased RMR in the luteal phase is a unique personalized metabolic shift. So just recommending like 2 to 300-ish more calories isn't quite enough if you want to help optimize your client's hormones. Bowel function changes too. This article from Cambridge University Press suggested that bowel function fluctuates during the menstrual cycle, possibly due to prostaglandin activity. This can lead to issues like cramps, headaches, creating this ripple effect. So getting ahead of this in a proactive manner is key for preventing symptoms, as one of my students, Angela, you may have heard before, did here. She actually went from using 9 Motrin to just keep up with her day to having 0 cramps in just 1 cycle, following what I teach in the method. Fat and protein metabolism change too in the luteal phase. A 2018 study in the Scientific Reports revealed that amino acids and lipid metabolism spike during the luteal phase. In simpler terms, our bodies crave more protein and fat. You're like, why is that, Omega? Well, I'm gonna tell you. The uterus is quite literally in construction mode, which I think is so cool. It makes more metabolic demand from amino acid and fats to build the inner lining of the uterus. And if all of this isn't enough to change the nutrient intake in the luteal phase, take it from this 2023 article in the Journal of Environmental Research on Public Health. The authors emphasize that the post-exercise recovery is impacted in the luteal phase. So this study revealed that among participants in the luteal phase, their breathing actually becomes more rapid. So the capacity to reserve breath diminishes, resulting in a decrease of efficiency in the process of ventilation. So you could still be exercising at the same load, but it feels harder, and recovery is more of a metabolic demand. Metabolic demand, I want you to commit that to memory. So you, as a personal trainer armed with this knowledge, knowing how to adapt nutrition to these luteal phase shifts is key for helping yourself and your clients have a better luteal phase experience. Here are the general luteal phase must-dos if you're giving recommendations for any person with a menstrual cycle. Let's dive into the general dietary changes that you can use to proactively address luteal phase PMS symptoms and support exercise recovery. This Women's Health Journal article proposed that what women eat in terms of carbohydrate becomes crucial during the premenstrual period, especially for those experiencing PMS. This is what this article shared. Consuming carbohydrates seems to boost mood by increasing serotonin levels linked to tryptophan. This helps address a potential serotonin shortfall in the brain and can act like a bit of a self-medication in the luteal phase. But on the flip side, indulging in excessive sugars, most saturated fat, fried foods, alcohol, coffee, that's associated with a higher likelihood of developing PMS. So instead of being the coach that says, you gotta stick to your macros, or the coach that says, intuitive eating, follow your cravings, the rest of this video is going to help you be that coach who can create a roadmap that makes sense to you and your clients in order to optimize hormones. Let us dive in now to optimizing protein intake in the luteal phase. Since amino acid oxidation picks up in the luteal phase, thank you to the uterus, filling in the day with more protein helps your clients recover from exercise, make up for hormone-induced metabolic demand, and stabilize blood sugar. All of this is key for balancing luteal phase hormones. This article in the Journal for the International Society on Sports Nutrition gives an outline for excellent nutrition recommendations in the luteal phase. And you can bet your sweet, round, succulent glutes, I'm gonna tell you about them. I'm gonna share the 3 most important ones that we all must do in the luteal phase. We have pre-exercise protein, no duh, it's gonna help muscle protein synthesis. That's what we all want. Nutrient timing is important to consider. For women, we see that a 1 to 1.5 ratio of carbohydrate to protein post-training can enhance strength. We have fat oxidation benefits too when eating protein before a workout. Encourage clients to consider a combination of pre-exercise and post-exercise protein, especially in the luteal phase. The next general must-do is vitamin D and calcium. Supplementing with vitamin D alongside calcium can actually bring extra benefits for women, especially those with PCOS, PMDD, and the general PMS, as this next article encourages us healthcare professionals to do. For you as a personal trainer, understanding these perks can enhance your guidance for clients dealing with weight loss, menstrual cycle irregularity, and fertility concerns. This 2018 article out of Scientific Reports has some golden takeaways for personal trainers. In the weight loss support area, vitamin D in combination with calcium has shown to aid in the weight loss efforts in people with PCOS. This can be very valuable when tailoring fitness and nutrition plans for this population, so just tuck that one away. Authors also suggest that the vitamin D calcium combination may contribute to menstrual regularity. So very useful for clients who have cycles all over the place. So now let's take it a layer deeper than micronutrients and let's talk about how to support the liver. This is important. Since estrogen excess is such an issue for the menstruating population, we need to talk about how estrogen is metabolized in the luteal phase. If this process doesn't go smoothly, then we end up with the worst PMS symptoms. Think painful cramps, headaches, vomiting, diarrhea. This sounds like a prescription medicine commercial, medicine that I don't want to be on. So in the dance of liver detoxification, glutathione is a key player, particularly in supporting phase 2 of this process. During phase 1, hormones like estrogen undergo a transformation into intermediate metabolites. Think of these metabolites as molecules in transition, preparing for their exit. In phase 2, these intermediates link up with compounds like glucuronic acid to become water soluble. And this sets the stage for a smooth exit from the body. This orchestrated effort is crucial for maintaining hormone balance. Now, let's talk about beta-glucuronidase. This regulatory enzyme can flip the script. It has the power to undo water-soluble bonds formed in phase 2, essentially hitting that rewind button on detoxification. This reversal reintroduces metabolites back into circulation, and it disrupts this delicate hormone balance. Keeping beta-glucuronidase in check becomes a strategic move in hormone optimization. So now, as a coach, what are you going to do with that information within your scope of practice? Exercise recovery and hormone health share this fascinating connection. And if you get nothing out of this video, remember this. It's through the lens of glutathione and liver detox. As we engage in physical activity, our body produces reactive oxygen species, ROS, which can introduce an oxidative stress. And this stress, while a natural byproduct of exercise, triggers the need for detoxification via the immune system. So here's where glutathione steps onto the recovery stage. Glutathione, the body's master antioxidant, plays a pivotal role in mitigating oxidative stress. It acts as a shield, kind of neutralizing ROS and supporting the body's resilience. In the context of liver detox, glutathione works for phase 2 liver detox, where it assists in converting metabolites into water-soluble forms for safe elimination. So all that being said, here are some foods to support the liver and glutathione production. Get ready to screenshot. So step 1, we have supporting glutathione synthesis. We have sulfur-rich veggies that promote glutathione synthesis, like garlic, onions, leeks, cruciferous veggies, and broccoli, Brussels sprouts. And then we have foods like avocado, which is rich in glutathione precursors. Next, we have step 2, supporting phase 1 liver detox. Foods that support phase 1 liver detox include citrus fruits. These can enhance the activity of enzymes involved in phase 1. We also have green tea. The catechins in green tea, particularly EGCG, support the liver detoxification process. So this third step is supporting phase 2 liver detox. So this again includes foods like brassicas, broccoli, cauliflower, kale, etc. These compounds aid phase 2 liver detoxification, helping convert toxins into that water-soluble form. And then we have turmeric. Curcumin is the active compound, and it supports phase 2 enzymes and also has the anti-inflammatory properties, which I'm sure you know about. So are you starting to feel a little bit more confident in unraveling the puzzle of hormone health? If so, please let me know by liking this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Your subscription helps pump this video out to more people interested in hormone health. So now for the cherry on top. I'm going to teach you the 4 ways to reduce the most common exercise performance inhibiting PMS symptoms. We will discuss anxiety, luteal phase sleep issues, fluid imbalance, and cramps. And these are the most common hormone imbalance symptoms that we see in the luteal phase. We'll start with the most common PMS symptom, which is anxiety, which I know all about. It is due to this low progesterone to estrogen ratio and can happen in cases of estrogen dominance. This can also contribute to depression in the luteal phase. So this is how it works. Between days 23 and 27, progesterone, which is actually often referred to as the feel-good hormone, it starts to decrease, potentially leading to feelings of anxiety when estrogen is in excess. In the Cycle Coach Academy, I teach the progesterone balancing basics, and this includes proactive food choices that support the clearance of estrogen and the body's ability to make progesterone. So, think of all of those foods that we talked about when we were looking at liver detox. This includes those fiber-rich foods and cruciferous veggies, some citrus. So we want to do that. We also want to eat to balance our blood sugar. We want to consume adequate amounts of vitamin D, calcium, and an array of B vitamins. For progesterone, eliminating alcohol also prevents those blood sugar imbalances that hurt progesterone balance and interfere with sleep. Also, food sensitivities can add extra irritation and can potentially reduce progesterone. So stay away from foods that you shouldn't have. All of these proactive food choices can contribute to the brain's rest and relax high progesterone state. And all of this facilitates optimal hormone production. The number 2 most common PMS symptoms that come from hormone imbalance is sleep issues. When progesterone starts to decrease around day 23 to 27 of your cycle, you may experience difficulty falling or staying asleep. This is something that just annoyed the bejesus out of me in my luteal phase. And if this is true for you and your clients, make sure to follow the progesterone balancing basics that I mentioned before, because we want to support progesterone for good sleep in the luteal phase, but also add these things in too. You want to increase your intake of magnesium-rich foods and even consider a magnesium glycinate supplement. I recommend this spray for the feet before bedtime, and that's what I teach in the Cycle Coach Academy. We also have tart cherry juice. Tart cherry juice, it can combat poor sleep and support overall energy levels because its antioxidants act as precursors to melatonin. Now let's transition to talk about fluid imbalances like bloating, hyperhydration, breast tenderness, and water retention. In the luteal phase, hormones shift and it can affect that sodium-potassium balance. For this PMS symptom, I recommend the water balancing basics. That's what I teach in the Cycle Coach Academy, and it includes increasing potassium intake with foods like melons, dates, prunes, bananas, cooked broccoli, spinach, citrus fruits, all very high in potassium. For most of the fluid imbalances that we have, I recommend starting with increasing fiber, reducing caffeine, increasing B vitamins, and decreasing exposure to environmental estrogens. Remember, you can pause this video too and go back. If breast tenderness is present, also consider seaweed for most people who don't have thyroid issues. Seaweed supports iodine intake, potentially alleviating some breast tenderness symptoms. If tummy stuff like bloating is present, also consider recommending some teas. Licorice tea may help reduce bloating and it can enhance gut motility, but it is contraindicated for individuals on a blood pressure medication. We also have peppermint tea, so this is very safe and it can soothe the stomach and provide relief from bloating. Fennel tea too is very good for gas, particularly because it is a carminative, which means that it just breaks up gas. The last PMS symptom we'll address is a big one: cramps and painful periods. What happens is this: estrogen can be related to prostaglandin formation, and prostaglandins lead to painful uterine contractions during the period. This can also result in passing large clots. The presence of darker purple-tinged blood is very common in cases of estrogen excess and associated cramping. So about a week before cramps begin, I recommend following the estrogen balancing basics, which include increasing fiber, reducing caffeine, increasing B vitamins, and decreasing exposure to environmental estrogens. I mentioned that before, and those are the estrogen balancing basics. You can also emphasize the intake of anti-inflammatory foods like tart cherry juice, salmon, eggs, avocado, mackerel. Those are all good options. So you now have a roadmap to customizing your client's hormone balance solutions. You know how the luteal phase shifts us physiologically. You also know general luteal phase must-dos, and you know how to combat the 4 most common PMS symptoms. Make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel to become a more hormone-informed trainer. And if you are ready to deep dive into mentorship and training in the Cycle Coach Academy and be one of my beloved, amazing students like Daniela or Angela that I mentioned here today, look for the word apply in the description box below. Click that link and you'll spend just 10 minutes on your application, and then you'll receive a response from me or my team within 24 hours letting you know if you're eligible. Thank you so much for being here. I have got a playlist for you on hormone health education for fitness professionals right here. So click that link and watch that playlist next. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.